Hi guys, how you doing? It's Dom. I completely botched that intro. I meant to have like the countdown, the 30 seconds, and all that fancy stuff. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, so I hope you can forgive me for the lack of professionalism. We're going to talk some WWE 2K24. We'll also talk about Paul Heyman's Hall of Fame induction, which has just been broken as well. Literally, less than an hour ago, Paul Heyman announced for the WWE Hall of Fame. We are mainly here to talk about WWE 2K24. I had the privilege of having a review code a few days ago. There are some videos popping up across our networks, across Soundsphere, across Give Me a Hull Yeah, and other platforms as well. So do check those out. But yeah, we're gonna be back in a couple of seconds, and we're gonna get into some WWE 2K. So let's have the Soundsphere intro first, and then we'll have the Give Me a Hull Yeah one. All right. Yeah, there you go. That's one down. That's one down. Yeah, give me a whole year as well. All right, see you guys in a second. Awesome, that's right. We'll have the WrestleSphere one at the end. We'll leave that one. Yes, we are here to talk about WWE 2K24, the new game that I believe is out for everybody about midnight this evening. For everybody to play from tomorrow. I had so much fun with this game. It was, I go way back. I think I said in my review, I go way back with these games. I've been playing them most of my life. It's kind of the ultimate form of escapism for me. I really enjoyed, just like the showcase mode is fantastic on it. There's a really nice story, both male and female fans of the game. There's a women's mode and a men's mode as well. There's so many details here that are great. I think we'll talk about that first. It's the My Rise Unleashed and Undisputed. They are the modes that you can kind of engage with, create your character, have some kick-ass battles, and like I say, really enjoy playing through both of those. You can read my review now on Soundsphere. On soundspheremag.com. I love this. I think this is probably my favorite. The detail, the writing that went into these modes, both Unleashed and Undisputed, for the men and the male and female superstars that you will kind of lead. In the men's mode, you kind of go up against Roman Reigns. I think we've got a nice little screenshot of Roman somewhere. You can see my level of professionalism here. There he is. Where's Roman? There he is. Look, there's what Roman looks like on the game. So we go, in the men's mode, we have Roman. He's kind of gone off to Hollywood. He vacates the title, and that's where our guy comes in to try and take the title. Cody's in there as well. Cody Rhodes is kind of the centerpiece of the game, has been built up as the centerpiece of the game. You kind of build a little rivalry with him. You'll also have rivalries with The Miz, who's the general manager. But yeah, Roman is always watching you from Hollywood. That's the kind of main, sort of undertone of this, is that Roman could be back at any point, and eventually you will feud with Roman towards the end of the game. Not to give too much away, that's not what I'm here to do. Obviously, the game isn't out for everybody until tomorrow. So yes, you will feud with Roman. You will also feud with Cody. For me, I really enjoyed this. It was actually the women's mode that really kind of grabbed me this time round. You can see Psycho Sally, who's one of the sort of avatars you will take control of. As part of WWE 2K24. I thought this was really well done. There's some spooky stuff. You feud with you have matches with Alexa Bliss. You have matches with Charlotte Flair. This one really grabbed me. I thought it was really well done. Again, the writing, from the studio itself, from 2K, is paramount here. There's some great comedic moments in it. and some nice meta stuff as well. Like you end up with your female character, you go to Hollywood, you'll be in a movie with John Cena. You'll also have some time with Trish Stratus as well. There's a small rivalry there. Again, I don't want to go into too much detail because I know there's a lot of people here that haven't played it yet and are wanting to play it. So I really hope you get as much out of this story mode as I did. I loved it, and I think that comes across in my written review. I think as a fan, as a long-time fan of 2K, playing this game in advance and being able to sort of sit with it and really kind of get into it. The showcase mode, or the unrivaled and unleashed mode is fantastic. I think it was probably the prominent thing I loved about Unleashed and Undisputed. The prominent thing about the game that I loved, for me personally. I can't say enough good things about it. I think it's the best in the series. I really, really do. Tom is in there. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate your comments. Just kind of settling into the review. I've done a written one over the weekend and like kind of sitting here. If anybody's got any questions, I can't say enough good things about 2K24. It's the best game I've played in the 2K series, without question. I think they've really done a lot of good on sort of lighting, the effects, the general story. Like I said, in those modes, in the My Rise, is just it's really, really well done. I can't compliment the teams behind this game enough, really. Best in the series, world bar is low, so looking forward to playing it. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I guess you're right, Mark, and thank you so much for joining as well. I know it's early for a lot of you guys, and thank you for telling me about the Paul Heyman news as well. What a fantastic bit of news for Paul Heyman to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And obviously on a day, or just over a day, where Sting has retired as well. I truly believe it's a great time to be a wrestling fan, and a great time to be a fan of wrestling games too. I will continue to waffle on, but if anybody does have any questions about the gameplay, that is what I'm here to do. I'm here to answer any questions anybody's got. But yeah, like really, really exciting time to be a wrestling fan. Just Paul Heyman being inducted into Hall of Fame, Sting having the kind of hallmark career end that you would want for Sting. What a beautiful end for his career at AEW Revolution. I've really, like I say, it's kind of, I'm getting back into it. I kind of lost the love of wrestling when Bray passed away. Obviously I've got is it that arm? No, it's that arm. I got the tattoo there because I kind of haven't, I hadn't really kind of enjoyed wrestling since Bray passed, and actually the game links back to that. So there is a part of that that mode that I talked about before, where you actually get to have a spooky gimmick. So the spooky gimmick is in there. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but there's some really cool stuff. You get to a feud with Finn Balor. The demon, the Damon. You will face in various forms. So that's really cool for me and I really got back into. I kind of got back into. I really got into the game, and it's giving me a little. It's giving me a little bit of love again for wrestling, and the kind of Cody finishing the story, which is of course, like I said, the center point of the game, and you will in the men's mode, you will fight Cody. Like I said, you will have that time to build that story. So the men's mode is undisputed, and the women's mode is unleashed. There we go. I got there eventually. So yeah, you will have the opportunity on the men's side of things to fight Cody, to face Cody, and to also face Roman, and to finish that story as well, or finish your own story rather. So that I think that kind of covers that. But I really enjoyed the women's mode mostly for me. I thought there was a bit more depth to it, a little bit more creativity, because it kind of follows you've got to beat Roman. You've got to beat Cody to get to Roman kind of formula. Whereas again, this kind of got quite creative. You go to Hollywood, you get spooky, you get a spooky gimmick. And so I really enjoyed that element of it. And I like I say, there are some, I finished the game. I spent 2 days kind of playing the game and really kind of living with it, kind of put everything else aside to play it and got it finished. And like I say, both stories were really good. But I think that the Unleashed one and kind of going from indie darling to WWE superstar and back again, and having the tutelage of guys like Mick Foley. Mick Foley does a voice in there. Great fuse with Shotzi, Liv Morgan, even facing China in there. So there's some lovely moments. And again, a credit to the writing team really for building that. I think on the men's side of things, again, there's some nice meta moments. You'll face Xavier Woods, and you'll actually play 2K24 as part of Up, Up, Down, Down. Hey, mate, nice to see you. Yeah, I just thought I'd come and talk about 2K24. I enjoyed playing the game. I'm starting to get into it now. There's people here with comments. I was just waffling on. But yeah, how are you, mate? How's it going? How are you doing? Hopefully you're all right. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, so I'm sort of, getting the hang of the intros and outros again. I've really kind of had to settle into doing that again, but hopefully you're okay. And like I say, if anybody's played the game or anybody's looking forward to play the game and has any questions, I will be here for sort of the next 20 minutes, I guess, waffling. I'm going to try and keep it to half an hour. I'm gonna sort of go over the other modes as well. Let's do what else did I outline? So I really want to talk about the Showcase of the Immortals, the WrestleMania, the WrestleMania stuff. Really well done. I've said that a couple of times. I think the matches were great too. Obviously, I really enjoyed playing the Firefly Funhouse match with John Cena. That's probably the least in depth. Obviously, the rest of them, is quite a short match relatively. But yeah, I like that one. The Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels ladder match was fantastic, and kind of going through the motions quite literally was great to be able to relive those. Because again, when you're younger, you don't necessarily pay attention to the ins and outs of it. I'm a little bit more of a, I have a little bit less patience for the kind of the instructions and kind of going through everything, the whipping into the turnbuckle, etc. So you can actually skip that. It's the first time I found out that you can actually skip that mode. You can skip the matches. You still win, and you'll still as long as you win the match with the character you're supposed to win it with, you can actually progress in the mode, but you'll miss some of the unlockables. So, but going back to this, I think again really well done. You do actually see Brock Lesnar a couple of times in this game as well. Brock obviously taken out due to the allegations that have been leveled against him. He's in the story mode too. He's in the men's story mode as well. But he is here. Obviously, the matches with the Undertaker as well. Part of history. Whatever, and obviously, people may disagree with that. People may have an alternative opinion, but like I say, a part of history, and obviously very quick. They had to make a very quick decision to take him out, so it's understandable he's in here. Understandable that these parts of this mode. And there are some good matches in there. I preferred going back to the old ones, and seeing like George the Animal Steel there, seeing Miss Elizabeth, as managers was wonderful. To be able to sort of see them was great. Be featured. Like I said, George the Animal Steel was one of my old favorites. So seeing him be a playable character was good. I know he's been playable in previous years, but yeah. I don't think there's any other matches I would have liked to be in here. Like I say, the list is pretty expansive. Obviously, John Cena gets his moments. I don't think he plays Triple H, which I was none of Triple H's matches are in there. But yeah, there's some really good stuff. Obviously, classic Undertaker. Undertaker versus Brock. They are fantastic. and they've done a really good job here. They said it was too late to remove him, so they made him unplayable. Yeah, like I say, he's unplayable outside of the modes, but he is in there. He is actually in the story as well. So yeah, like I say, loved that. Loved the WrestleMania showcase. I actually, I've obviously just played it, but I'm trying to remember what matches are on there. Let me find out. I should have done this beforehand, shouldn't I? You can tell I've not done this in a long time. I was like, I thought I'd find pretty pictures instead of doing my research. There we go. So yeah, so you've got in. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah. So let's go back. Ricky Steamboat, Randy Savage from '87. That was great. Rick Rude playing Rick Rude was great too. Loved that. Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon, the ladder match was awesome. Guerrero, Kurt Angle was great. Undertaker, Michaels, of course. Orton and Seth Rollins was my favorite. That was it. That was my favorite because it's outside, and again, to the credit of the team, they've got the lighting. They got lighting right. The cameras and everything. I thought it was just a beautifully done game. Beautifully done mode. Thank you, Spalsy, for helping me out. Really appreciate it. 2 questions for you. When you fired up for the first time, who did you play as first? Well, I wanted to play as Bray, of course. So I went and I had a quick match with Bray. Obviously, an old favorite of mine. I got a little picture of. There you go. That's how much prep I've done. I got a nice little picture of Bray in the game there. Pretty much the same model. As a playable character outside of the modes, but then you can unlock Firefly Fun. Basically, the John Cena match. So all the models in the John Cena match. So you unlock Firefly Funhouse Bray. You unlock Muscle Man Bray and Old School Bray, or the version that was in the WrestleMania match anyway. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. And which match did I try first? So the casket match. There you go. Segue to one of my fancy images. There we are. The casket match was fun. I know they've had it before, but this again really, really well done. The visuals are great here as well. The mechanics are a lot easier. I found the mechanics to be so much easier playing this time round. Like I say, I find that the showcase of the Immortals stuff to be a bit finicky, if that's a word. Again, doing all the instructions, and now I know that you can skip them. It made my life a lot easier. But yeah, I really enjoyed the casket match. Also, the ambulance match as well. The ambulance match was really, really good fun. Being able to play as I think I had like a cactus and Dude Love. It was Dude Love and Roman. There's actually some gameplay on Give Me a Whole Yeah. I think I put that on. Dude Love and Roman Reigns I played through as the ambulance match, and that was really cool. They've done a cracking job there. I love the gauntlets as well. I love a good gauntlet. I said in the review, the original one, that anything that sort of challenges me, on a game, because I've played these games over and over and over again for years. Anything that kind of challenges me and kind of makes me, push myself a little bit, pushing me out of my comfort zone. So I did like a 30 man, I think, gauntlet with Muhammad Ali, and that's on Soundsphere, I think. So I tried to beat 30 men as Muhammad Ali, and in terms of in a gauntlet, and that was great. I loved doing that, but I didn't beat Gunther, as you can imagine. I beat loads of people, but I couldn't beat Gunther. Hey Steve, how you doing? Nice to see you. So the gauntlet match was great. Loved that. But yeah, couldn't beat Gunther in the end. But yeah, the casket match is great. The ambulance match is great. Those were my 2 favorite modes. But going back to the Showcase of Immortals, I think a lot of people will have a lot of fun playing through those matches, playing through the old school matches, and that really did it for me. Going back and doing the specifics for those matches, and I skipped through a lot of the more recent ones, but the ones I don't remember as well: Steamboat Savage, Rude Warrior, Bret Hart, Roddy Piper. I took a lot of time over those, and I really did enjoy that aspect of it. So that was my favorite there. Definitely, that was. I did also have a run through my GM. I want to talk about that really quickly. So Anthony on Give Me a Whole Yeah did a series last year, obviously very popular. On Give Me a Whole Yeah, I'm less. I'm not going to say clever. I have less. I want to create matches. I want to create matches. I want to create a spectacle. I'm not so big on the sort of the finances and the back end and the management side of it. Me, I like a good show. Anthony, loves that, and I'm sure you'll see some content coming up on Give Me a Whole Yeah at some point. And there is actually, I did an episode 1 with Mick Foley on as my general manager on SmackDown against Bischoff, against Heyman. I think I switched it and I had Bischoff managing ECW and Heyman managing WCW. And that's on Soundsphere, to check that out. But you can see my management of money and kind of, the admin side of it is terrible. I just want to create banging matches. I just wanted to have an ambulance match between Dude Love and Roman Reigns, and I wanted to have like a gauntlet, where I tried to beat 30 people with Muhammad Ali, So yeah, but there is a my GM. There is an example of it out there. I did put it on Soundsphere for you guys to check out, and I know it's a lot of people's cup of tea. So please do enjoy it when the game comes out. In a few hours. I hope you really get into that, because again, it's a great mode, and I'd love to play with Anthony. I think if Anthony phrasing, if Anthony wants to do some kind of Give Me a Whole Yeah my GM again, I'd love to do that. What else we got? Ambulance, special ref, and gauntlet. So again, I told you about the ambulance match on the gauntlet. There's also another bit of footage I took on Soundsphere, I think, for and I had Uncle Howdy as the special guest referee for a match. Special ref is fun. Everybody likes that, and there's some nice little, kind of modes in the points in the game where if you're feuding with the special referee, little things like he'll throw the title at you and stuff. So there's some really good attention to detail from the 2K team, in terms of getting this thing, top quality. Like I say, it's the best in the series. They took some time out after 2K20 and really revamped it. Again, the visual side of this game, I think you will notice, is really beautiful and has really he's really pushed the envelope. I think, again, and the best example I can give you for that is that Orton Seth match that was outside. And I'm trying to think of another one that came through as well. But yeah, that one was my solid favorite. I think Angle, Angle Guerrero is another good example of, again, the visual side of it. I also want to shout out the voice acting too. The voice acting particularly, for particularly Reigns, because he's kind of in his Hollywood mode for most of the game until he comes in at the beginning and at the end. His voice acting is really on point. The Miz does a great job. William Regal is, of course, in the game. I think that's one of the nice moments, is seeing William Regal and hearing William Regal back in this game. Obviously, he's been everywhere the last few years and multiple games. So great to sort of see William Regal back too. The voice acting and scripting is great. Excuse me, guys. So yeah, really enjoyed sort of hearing William Regal and sort of hearing Roman Reigns and sort of having their voices in there. Miz, as a general manager, was a stroke of genius. You actually do get the time to be a GM yourself in the women's mode as well, the My Rise. So there are some really cool, like I say, some really cool moments. And the scripting and story, is paramount. And I think it's the best story they've done. Some people I've read have said there's not enough detail, but I think there's some lovely bits of crossover. There's crossover between the two stories as well. Again, you get to be a Hollywood superstar. You get to be an indie darling. It takes you through all the sort of highs and lows of the emotional journey of being a WWE superstar. And I can sit here and play the game in my nice comfy chair. So it's cool. I think that's the joy of the games, really. Character models. Oh no, you'll do character models, universe mode. Oh yeah, we'll do universe mode. I I've not always had the patience for universe mode, all the time. I really like it. I love the idea of creating your own universe mode. I had a go in NXT with Joe Gacy, had a feud with Scripts. And I think things are a little bit more intuitive this time round. There's obviously you'll get attacked on the entranceway, and then that will set up a nice feud for a few weeks, and there is a blow off at a pay-per-view, and if once you complete a feud you can challenge for a title. I did that again as Joe Gacy. I was feuding with Scripts, beat Scripts, and then won the title from Ilya Dragunov. So I had a lot of fun doing that as well, and you could do that with your favorite superstars. I think universe mode is great because you get to play your favorite superstars and have a universe. I think if time allows, I might do a Bray Wyatt one or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. There may well be some future content from me and Anthony across various channels, because I think we'd like to do some. Because I do, like I say, I enjoy doing it. It's just time. Getting this stuff done. Getting the content filmed, etc. But yeah, universe mode is worth a try, and certainly better and more intuitive than it has been in previous years, I think. I want to touch on the character models again. I think nice details in the fact, like Rey Mysterio and Hulk Hogan, the way they run the ropes is character specific. That hasn't always been the way. There's some character specific details to these to these performers, to these characters, that hasn't been in previous games. And I think that, again, that's a lovely point to address. And then again, it's something to congratulate 2K on, because I think, again, the character models, the way they look, Lita's been improved. I think Bailey has been improved slightly. Different people might say different things on that one, but certainly think Trish Stratus has improved massively. So again, they've really put effort and time into the character models too, and I would definitely, like I say, enjoy playing as your favorite superstars, because this is as close to the action as you could possibly get, I think. And that sounds like really cheesy, but again, if you go through the matches and the modes and see that visual, the visual excellence really that they've put in, you'll know what I mean. I'm excited for you guys to play it, and maybe we'll do another reflection in a couple of weeks, or less than that, if people want it, because like I say, I've really enjoyed the game. I'm going to go back to my review and see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, the soundtrack. Yeah, I mean, obviously we're doing this on Soundsphere and we focus a lot on music. The soundtrack done by Post Malone. Like let's talk about this, right? So they got Turnstile in there, probably my favorite band at the moment. Military Gun, again, sort of hardcore punks. I love that stuff. And then this banger from Grimes that I didn't know about called Genesis. I didn't even know. I was like, wow! And it's from Grimes' early career. And again, the soundtrack kind of mixes alternative rock, metal, pop, hip hop. It's got a bit of everything in there, and so I'm quite impressed with Post Malone. I'm actually looking forward to playing him. I think he's a DLC at some point, of course, alongside. I'm looking forward to playing as CM Punk. I'll probably capture some footage of CM Punk and the Headbangers. I'm very excited about the Headbangers being part of the game too. Code music still locked. Cody Music's still locked. Just on Cody, still bug me on. No, Cody's there. You can do it. It's just that. So I think a lot of people capture footage and stuff like creators. Obviously you can't have the music. But Cody's music is in there. Yeah. Let's go back to this one. Sporzy, do you play the series? And if you do, what character are you looking to play? I want to know. For the people that are in here and the people that come back to it later, what characters are you most looking forward to? Who are you most looking forward to playing as? Let me know. Like I say, either before or after this. Well, before we finish today or afterwards, because like I said, I'd like to know what you guys think. Let's try and I'll go back to the review, see if there's anything I've missed before we round up. let's have a look. So gameplay, I think we've covered most of that. Again, the character models are great. Showcase the Immortals, again, loved it. The mechanics, like I say, I find them a little bit more annoying than most people in terms of the instructions and kind of following them to the letter. I don't always Irish whip to the top right hand corner, and that bugs me. I think in an ideal world I'd probably get them switched off, uh, or optional at least to switch it off, and just kind of play the match through. But again, because you can do that, but obviously you miss the unlockable portion. But again, I think most people will really enjoy the specifics of the Showcase of the Immortals mode. Again, that Michaels Razor ladder match. You go through really key points in this. You go through Seth's cash-in, you go through the Funhouse match, you get to play the first ever women's WrestleMania main event. So Rousey, Lynch, and Flair. That was really cool. And there's a really cool, actually, it's a good job I'm reading this now because this gave me structure that I probably should have put in the beginning. There's like a really cool surprise at the end, a Royal Rumble, kind of ultimate Royal Rumble. But I'll just say that. And you can play as characters from the showcase that you've just done. And I enjoyed having a quick go of that as the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, who was lovely, obviously, seeing him in the game. But again, I won't say any more than that. I think there's footage coming to somewhere. I think I put it on Gimme a Hole. Yeah, I did. So go and check that out. Again, my GM, solid soundtrack, really solid. My Rise, I think I've kind of done enough on that. You play through all the match types, you play the casket, you play war games, play an elimination chamber, you feud with Kevin, Gunther, Cody, kind of the main ones like Xavier Woods, over control of up, down, down. Again, it gets kind of meta because you play 2K24. So yeah, love that. Great to see Mick Foley do some voice work. Great to see Dark Alexa kind of leading you into the creepy, weird stuff. So yeah, there's some nice surprises in here that I didn't initially expect when I started playing the game. Oh, hang on. No, I mean, when you create entry yourself, is cutting music locked, not when you download it. Okay, I didn't know that. I've not tried to create my own wrestler. That's interesting. I didn't know it was locked. Interesting point, Mark. Find out and let me know, because I haven't tried to create a wrestler, unless obviously it's in the story mode, and I had the standard music, just because I was focusing on the gameplay itself. I gave last year a miss because the early reviews all agreed on how buggy it was. Usually I play CDK or HBK in a ladder match. Good shout. I'm excited to play as Carmelo and Dragunov this year. I'm disappointed for the Gargano rating is off. I do enjoy GM mode and playing the showcase modes this year. Looks great fun. Thank you again for your engagement, Andy. I really appreciate you being here. And yeah, again, the showcase mode is really cool. Like I say, they've put a lot of effort and time into it. I can't say enough good things about the Orton Seth match, just how it looks. So I really hope you enjoy it as much as I have enjoyed playing it. I'm trying to let's look for some other final sort of points as we round it up. Again, you get to play the Demon Finn Balor, which is cool. You get to go to Hollywood with John Cena. You mix it up as well on both, so you don't just play as your created character as well, which I think is a new thing. I think they've just you've run through it with the created characters, but you'll get to play as like Nikita Lyons in the women's mode, as in NXT. You kind of build her up. You'll also get to play as Cody in the men's, so there are opportunities for you to sort of mix it up a little bit. So that's cool. So again, no major surprises really, in terms of the game. A lot of similarities to the previous games, but it is the highest quality wrestling game on the market. And to be fair, it's not a close race. I've said that in the written review, and I agree. AEW Fight Forever, and I know we did a review, and I'm very appreciative of the teams for giving us that game as well. I prefer this. You know, this is bombastic. This is loud. This is shiny. This is quality. You know, it's more like one of the UFC games. The character models again look realistic, and that to me works better than what we got with AEW Fight Forever. Although I appreciate that. You know, like I say, WWE 2K24 kind of blows AEW Fight Forever out of the water, and that, you know, that's just being honest. It's more aesthetics. It's more aesthetics. It's more the look and the feel of the game, how you play it, the mechanics. I mean, you could just punch a couple of times on AEW Fight Forever and you'd win a match. I think I did some gameplay with Anthony over on Give Me a Whole Year, and yeah, it was you know, I won. You know what I mean? So I think again that you have to work a little harder. It feels a little bit more in depth. It feels a little bit more like it matters in W2K24. You know, the match pacing, the way there's you can do let me try and find the specific name of it. So in my gameplay section, so yeah, you have like super finishes in there. You have kind of trading blows as well. That's cool. That adds a little bit of dynamic to it. I'm really into that. You know, you have the sort of mini game, and if you hit it, you can hit your trading blows. So cool. So yeah, I love that. Do you think there is room in the market for WWE to also release more arcade-style games alongside this, or should they stick to the lane? The racing game back in the day was such good fun. Oh man, you know what? I think if that's a really good question, as you want to provide me with, mate. Thank you again. I don't see why we couldn't see it. Of course, they had this that kind of over the top. What was it? WWE Battlegrounds. They had that. You know, so if they can do that, yeah, I think the arcade space is open to them, and I'm sure they would be open to it. You know, again, obviously AEW Fight Forever is still releasing content, so clearly it's worth it to do so for them. You know, I think, you know, there's other examples on the market at the moment, like Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, where people are talking about. You know, I reviewed that game too, and people are talking about, you know, ceasing the continuing content because the sales just aren't there, the figures just aren't there in terms of people playing it. So clearly, people are still playing AEW Fight Forever, and yeah, you know, so if that works for them, I absolutely think it'll work for, you know, I absolutely think it'll work for WB, and WB, of course, have a arguably a bigger machine and more money and time to put into it. So I'd be interested to see it. I'd be interested to see it. Mark says, honestly, if 2K doesn't do it, they should try. Honestly, if 2K doesn't do it, they should try other kind of stuff. Yeah, I think so. I think there is space for it, and that's a good point you make. I think there is space for it. And why not? Why wouldn't you, if you were WB and you had the success of the 2K series, the reinvigorated success of the 2K series, rather, you know, to kind of build off you know, this game in the last few years. I don't see why you wouldn't do it. Yeah, AEW game needs to either die off or make it cheaper. Still hearing bad reviews. Yeah, you know, I think again people are playing it, and you know, and they're still releasing content. So that to me shows it's worth doing that for them, because it's a lot of work to bring in new characters. I know people kind of pooed on it because they didn't update Tony Storm's model, and you know, I think I mean they just released Swerve. I think people are into that, but then, you know, could Swerve not have been in the original game? I don't know. It's 2K in that arcade style, like Sporzy was saying, like Andy was saying, Wrestling Royalty. You know, that arcade style isn't me. You know, this is me, the spectacle, the story, the writing, and all that. That's kind of what I focus on. I don't have any, you know, I didn't play the My Faction because I have no interest in that. You know, like I say, I put the link to the review further up in the comments, so you can sort of see what I went through and kind of me talking it over. But it is, again, a really, you know, really tight game, probably the tightest they've done. And I can't say any fairer than that, really. I'm trying to think of, I'm trying to think of any other comments that we've got. Oh yeah, great to see pigs times 7. It's a band, by the way, because they're actually mad wrestling fans. I think they're from Newcastle, out this ballsy, but they're in the game as a soundtrack. And just a nice little nod to them as well. Again, as wrestling fans, the vocalist Matty's always wearing like Stone Cold t-shirts and stuff. So great. That was a nice little moment for me to sort of see them get that nod from WWE. I think their track Big Rig is in there. So yeah, no major surprises. But then does WWE need, does 2K really need to kind of push the boat out? The story writing is there for me. Different people will say different things. Love both stories on the My Rise. The modes, I think, are enough. Casket, Ambulance, and again, Gauntlet really satisfies me personally. So that was enough for me. It's enough for me. You know, it's a big time. I think one of the things mentioned is it's a big time kind of ask. You know what I mean? Obviously, I spent like 2 solid days getting this done so I could get the review done. This is, the first. I think we haven't reviewed a WWE game properly since like maybe 2017. So this was a big deal for us to get this code and to do this. So I spent 2 solid days, on getting this done, and it is a big time ask. And I think that's one of the things to kind of be aware of, is that it will suck your time away. So just be mindful. There's a lot to do here. If you're going to play My Faction, if you're going to play Universe, if you're going to play Showcase, particularly I tend to do the Showcase stuff, the WrestleMania stuff, as I did, and I'll do the I may do a little bit of Universe, and so I'll do the WrestleMania Showcase and the story, so Unleashed, Unrivaled. And it took 2 days just to do the Unleashed, Unrivaled, so both the male and female story and WrestleMania. So it's a lot to do. But yeah, I like I say, definitely for those that are interested, those that are fans of the game, it will be a winner for you. I have no doubt about that. I look forward to seeing what you think about it, and obviously people's content coming out in the next few days. Again, go and read my review on the site. I'll put it in the comments again. I can't say anything. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Is there any? We'll stay here for another 2 to 3 minutes, just to kind of if there's any questions or anything like that. Obviously, if people come back to this and there's any questions, let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. Guys, honestly, thank you so much for those that have joined, those that have answered some questions, and those that will come back as well. This is kind of our first foray into, hopefully consistent WWE 2K reviews and getting codes so we can do them. Maybe we'll come back and do this next year. Maybe I'll be a bit more organized. But then where's the charm in that, right? Where's the charm in that? I can't wait to see you guys all again soon. Obviously, I'm not doing stuff on Give Me a Hull. Yeah, we rarely stream on Soundsphere, so this is special. It's nice to see everybody, and and hopefully people engage with this and get some of their answers on specifics before the game arrives for everybody at midnight this evening. And if you fancy a game in Elimination Chamber with me online, or a game online, let me know, and drop me a tweet or a message, and I'll happily have a game with you. I do like a little bit of online gaming. Different people say different things, of course, about the lag and things like that, but I enjoy it. I enjoy some online play. So if anybody fancies, sounds weird when you say that out loud, if anybody fancies a game online with me, feel free to drop me a message, and I will have a game with you for sure. Maybe we'll connect in that way. Guys, thank you so much for watching across our channels. Give me a Hull, Wrestlesphere, Soundsphere. I've been Dom for Soundsphere Magazine and everywhere else. I played 2K24 in advance. I got a code, I think, on Friday, and played it Saturday, Sunday. Played it Friday afternoon, Saturday, Sunday to get the written review done, and come and sit with you here to talk about it. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate you being here. We'll have Malachi Black did us a nice little outro ages ago, so we'll have that. We'll see you guys shortly. All right, thank you guys for watching. and keep an eye on the channel. Keep an eye on the various channels. We've got content from certainly the next day, and obviously today we've had content coming out. So keep an eye on the channels. Thank you for your support. Subscribe and all that bollocks. I can say that, right? Support us if you want. Thanks very much for watching. Take it easy. I would say we are on whole yeah, so give me a whole yeah. And thanks for watching. Take it, yeah. Man, you can tell I've not done these in ages. I've lost my outro. See you guys later. Thank you for watching. Happy WWE 2K24 playing. Yeah. I think that works, right? Have a great time playing the game. See you guys later. Enjoy. Oh yeah. And I haven't queued the outro. All right, bye guys.
I am AEW superstar Malachi Black. And every Wednesday and sometimes Friday, you can catch me on TNT, where I execute some form of justice onto any deserving individual that stands in my way. All for the improvement of the House of Black. But today I'm a messenger, which is ironic because the name Malachi translated means messenger. And this message goes out to anyone from Soundsphere. Whether you've read the interviews on the website itself, or Soundsphere TV, Soundsphere wants you to know that they are very thankful for each and every one of you. So, from myself, via the House of Black, via Soundsphere, thank you very, very much. And before I go, I will leave you with this gem. There's one absolute truth. The house never loses. The house always wins. Go check out Soundsphere. Thank you.